This is a topical issue session again, and like I said, I'll be continuing for a while on necromancy. So today's topic is the practice of necromancy and the occult sects. And today we are dealing with necromancy, the practice. First of all, the description of necromancy, it's a form of magic that often focuses on communicating with the dead, divination, or gaining of knowledge. I've broken it down from the internet and also have put two additions that I gained in the experiences that I've been having, because I've been under witchcraft attack for a long time. I've been chased by those who wanted to turn me and my whole family into a sacrifice, even profiling them. So as I talk, I'm talking of what I found in the internet, what I found in my personal interaction with the people of the occult who have been following me. I'll tell you what I know. I know it's a controversial thing. There are those who will oppose. There are those who will say those are imaginations. There are those who will say this is a guy who has been under stress for a long time, so he's having his own imaginations. But I'm going to tell them all the same. For those who are interested, take note, because these are things that are happening around us. And you never know, unless something is done, you might find yourself a victim. So when you see these things happening, get to know that these things happen. The breakdown. First one is communication with the dead. Like we saw in the Bible, when King Saul was waiting for blessing to go to battle, and the blessings took too long, he went and called upon the spirit, looked for a necromancer to call upon the spirit of the prophet Samuel. And what happened, he was told, because he had done that, and because of the religious aspects of that time, and because God was on his side, and he had gone to the opposite side. That's why I was talking of there is a thin line between the dark realm and the other realm of the light. So the necromancer pronounced to him that the following day he and all his sons will be killed in battle, and it happened so. We've had people who've gone to sorcerers, fortune tellers, and those people who are able to see in the future, and sometimes in the past. These people have altars, because that is their practice. That's not the religious type. Those are traditional. Those are their practice. They use altars. And when you go to the altar, in most cases, there are those who will even start by telling you your name. They'll tell you where you come from. They'll tell you events that have happened in the past, because they are able to summon spirits that were there, or be able to summon spirits that have been working within those realms, and you are told things that happened to you in the past, exact things. They can be able to tell you things that are happening presently, and they can be able to tell you things that are destined to happen in the future. So it's communication with the dead, information for the spirit, from spirits of the dead, for past, present, and future events. There was a time I was going through the internet some time back, And there was this teaching that the spiritual realm has everything intertwined together, the present, the past, and the future. So somebody or the spirits that can be able to access that realm can be able to access future information, that is prophecy. They can be able to get the present and the past, that is in divination. Also the future is divination. But if you have the spirit from the light, that is God's side, the one we refer to, you will be able to get those things in your way from the light. And those who are deep-rooted in the dark may be able to get the same things from the dark. So there is the second one. We finished off with communication with the dead. That is the first one. The second one is raising the dead. Reanimation of corpses. Reanimation of corpses. Let's start there. There are some witchcraft practices where they need cadavers, or they need to do rituals with a person, and sometimes it's difficult to steal a person. So what they do, through magic and witchcraft, they cast a spell on the person dies. We've had places even all over the world where you hear that somebody died and somebody was reanimated. So they are able to call the whole body and the spirit from the burial place. So they are able to do their rituals with the body and entrap the spirit. There are places even within this country where people know that there are times when people are buried and the grave is not dug. It's a paranormal thing. You'll find the soil of the grave has descended. And if you happen to dig the grave, there's no coffin, there's no body. And there's no digging up. They involve with undead spirits. I don't know if this is the right word. I've not checked in the Swahili dictionary. I've heard of misikule, or people who are reenacted from the dead. They're able to do chores for the necromancers. So you might have somebody having his things being done in the night, work being done in his farm, things like that, and in the morning there's nothing. So that is reanimation of corpses. They can create those things to attack. So when you've been seeing zombie movies that things are moving like this, they are doing this, it is something we are being taught from a world that we don't understand. But because we cannot see it in our world, we shall have our arguments as per our level. This can't happen. No, those are imaginations. But remember, there are necromancers who are doing those things from the past. It's now a secret art. Esoteric. But when people are trying, when it has become common, it becomes exoteric. So, from the talks I've been hearing, those abilities are there. Zombie-like creatures can be created to attack and to do any other things that can be done. So you will be physically attacked, but there is nothing that will be followed. And it's not only zombies of people, can be zombies of animals, zombies of a reanimated dog attacking you, things like that. It is possible. They even say reanimation of skeletons. That one I didn't get much to understand. But there was somebody who was also one time trying to do a thing like the one I'm doing now, and was talking of they had gone to some other places and skeletons with hanging eyes came to attack them. They ran away, leaving everything. So that one goes with the reanimation of skeletons. That one I saw it, somebody was doing it on the video. I was going through some things and I saw somebody talking of they had gone to some place where some occult thing is, and they tried to enter to get some other things, and they were chased away by skeletons. You will see skeletons with hanging eyes and whatever coming after you. So that is his story. That one I cannot be able to say much, but from these others I've heard from what has been happening. Dark magic. That is number 3. Dark magic will involve things like casting a spell to kill. They can be able to do it. They can be able to hypnotize so that you run as per their program like a computer. You do things, they are not involved, but you are doing their bidding. So you may find even in your house, you may have problems with your children, problems with your wife, problems with your husband. They behave abnormally, and when you try to talk anything against it, they continue with the trend, knowing that they are not in control of their mental faculties. It is done. They have to do something with burial rites, like in the African customs. There are times when people had been buried wrongly, the spirits would hound them. And we are being told there are no spirits, but the spirits are there. There was a time when I was reading some investigative papers, people to do with investigation. We call them what? Investigators from the police departments in the US some time back. US and yeah, I think it was in the US. And they were writing that there was, they called him, what do they call them? There is a name they give the people from that who do this, shaman. That there was a shaman you would go to, and he would be able to summon the spirit of the person killed, give you all the details, and when you followed exactly, that's what you found. Whatever was given to up to where the body had been hidden. So you see, this is summoning the past, the spirit of the dead to do all that was there in the past. They can be able to maim, to kill, to plan, give you a death debt, give you anything, everything that will happen with it that time in the future, and it happens, be it an accident or what. If you are not strong spiritually on the side of the light, it will happen exactly as they have destined it to be. Letter by letter, minute by minute, hour and date. So you might find there are some people right now, they have got their program, their people will die January next year. This is how they will die. This is what will happen. Maybe their property will be wasted. Those who are going for the stars, you've had things called poverty statunga, wasting of your through those means. And by that time, you'll have an accident, or maybe you'll be murdered, or maybe you'll find somebody who has gone to places you never expected. Somebody has drowned in the dam swimming. It's not somebody who has been interested in visiting water places. And you wonder what happened. It was the destiny and the spirits that were pushing him on that day. So that is dark magic. I found fantasy tropes, and this is what they say. Necromancers are a common trope in fantasy literature, video games, and other media, often depicted as powerful and dangerous figures who wield the power of death. I want to talk from experience about a phone. I don't know what this thing means. Maybe it is you are able to film in the dark, you are able to do things in the dark. But the phone has a thing called dark mode. And there are times when it will synchronize, you have not set it off, it puts your screen and everything dark the moment you want to, and that time you are in need. Maybe you are having hacking, you are having those things, and the screen goes dark. You are not able to get anything that you want. It operates in the dark. That is one. There is another mode, incognito. Everything from your phone disappears. You can't be able to get anything. The screen is clear. So I was wondering, what do these things serve? Could they also be part of the necromancy things that have gotten into media, phones, things like that? Because there was a country that was accusing another country of stealing its information, its technology, its everything by the use of phones. Attachment to? That one I know you have had it. So don't hold me accountable anywhere. It has been common, and they discouraged certain phones to be bought in their places. Because anything anybody was doing with them would be taken to the mother company. There is the thing of some of the necromancers may not always be involved in dark arts. This is number 5. But are able to channel those powers in the form of miracles, in the form of healings, in the form of all those things. So miracles may come from the light side, and miracles can also come from the dark. That's why I'm saying there is a thin line. And that's why when you are Christian, you are told you are constantly in battle with Satan. That's what. And also, the Bible tells you Satan is not in chain. He was thrown, but he's free. How the relationship began, we only know he was thrown. There was a battle, but you cannot be able to draw the parameters. But for a Christian, sometimes I talk for the other religions, even hypnotizing, it may be in Hinduism, in whatever, not exorcism of demons and all that things will help you. You need to have strong faith in whatever you do. But there are also some miracles that we'll see, some things that we'll see, and mostly we hear the devil comes sometimes as an angel of light. It's written. So you will be gauged on those things, but you know some things are also demonically or spiritually caused. And when you align with those spirits, for their sake and forever they want, they can be able to order those things to be released. And you get also instant miracles, just like you get also from the power of light, where now when you pray through the Spirit, you also get instant. So it is very difficult to discern. That's why the Bible writes that in the last days, but that was the preparation for the Armageddon, the one I told you, get away from it. Because anytime anything can happen. That in the last days, there will be people who come, they will even cheat the very elite, they will raise the dead, they will heal the sick, they will make the cripple walk. Comes under necromancy, if it's from the dark side. So do not be lured by every miracle that you see, but have faith in your belief. Manipulation of destinies appears like when you are conceived or before you are conceived, there are certain happenings, certain events in nature that will have to take place with you enacted in them. For instance, there was somebody who would do with prophecy in France called Nostradamus. He was able to predict 3 people who are to come in the future and what they will do. The first one he predicted was Napoleon. He was not able to give the name of Napoleon, but he gave the details of what will happen. He was able to predict the coming of Hitler, and he only missed, I think, pronunciation or whatever. He saw in the prophecy that there'll be a man who will come and will put the world on its knees. And he called this man Hisler. He did not call him Hitler, but it's just an S. And surely Hitler came and he put the world on its knees before. So this is something that was seen. This person was able to see the French Revolution, which happened where the king was killed and now the French Republic became to what it is. He was able to see the new land, America, before anybody knew of where the new land was. So these are things that are destined in the spiritual realm. And anybody who can be able to access the spiritual realm from the light or from the darkness can be able to get access to those things of the future. Some will even tell you with years. So these are things that have been here, there are arts that have been there, and others have gone hidden. We don't know when now they have become secretive, because there are some occults, there are some religious groups that will tell you they are not secret, but they are organizations with secrets. They are not secret because you may know them, but they have secrets which you will not know. So manipulation of destinies, stagnation, because many people, if they are from the dark side, they are very jealous. Somebody may not be able to get your star, but will suppress. You will never do anything. So that's why you hear some people saying some people are bewitched. They cannot be able to. Yeah, it's true. They will suppress your destiny completely. Or others will cast a spell, kill you, and draw. The others who draw the destinies, good destinies, to their very people. So you find somebody lives a very queer life, but everybody of his is excelling. Everything of his is excelling. So that is where you have these ones who are able to see the destinies. They have those abilities. And they are able to manipulate the destinies. And others, when they have manipulated destinies enough, they are able to spare. So they are able to sell the destinies to other people. You come there, you tell them, I need riches. They tell you, give us this amount, follow this and this and this, and all of a sudden, you are on upward trend. Using destinies that were for other people to uplift other people. There is a part in the Bible which says, I have seen kings on foot and slaves on horseback. That's exactly what it means. Somebody did not have that destiny. They were able to acquire that. You live that destiny while the person of that destiny lives the other destiny that was supposed to be yours. It's called destiny transfers. So you'll hear people talking of transfers. So those are things that happen in the dark world. And this one now is debatable. This one I heard from other people. I've read from books. I don't know exactly how it is, but even when we are being followed, when I was still being followed, there was these things of sacrifice. Your very life being stolen to enhance somebody's life. First the destiny, and then the very life. And that's why you hear there are those many children sacrificed, so that the life form is able to be manipulated to increase the lifespan of somebody or people. And that's why you also hear some people consuming even human flesh, up to human waste, everything, to increase their lifespan. Sometimes the flesh is eaten raw, just the way people eat the fish called sushi, raw. Some are able to cook, but are able to manipulate and entrap the very spirit that is in the body, so that the lifespan that was within that can also be utilized. I don't know the details, but that one can also be done. These are the esoteric knowledges that we may not have. Exoteric is we have got 5 senses, nothing can be manipulated. It does that, you do, that is how it is. But there are those who know these things. And in my very experiences, I've been able to gather this. So this is necromancy, the practice. I will be following up with necromancy, the rituals. In that one, we are going to see how these things that we've gone through are performed. And this is why you hear some societies are secret and some run across. You are told only the rich people. Some, they start from the lower age going upwards. But there are some paranormal knowledge, some paranormal activities that certain cults, certain people, certain practices are able to use to influence either the future, the past, or the present, unknown to majority of us, and they keep them secret. They will always tell you such a things don't exist. And that is the message they send across. You say something like that, you're laughed at. You're still in the medieval ages. You mean you believe in these things? No, these things don't happen. Science says this and this and this. But reality is there. The way I was saying, even in the most advanced countries, they have haunted houses. They can't explain what they are. They have haunted forests. Some places, they can't explain what they are. They have paranormal activities that happen even on camera. They can't explain. There are no scientific explanation that is known now. For instance, when I was going through things and reading, it was that there is psychic communication. But in the normal scale, you cannot. But when people from the paranormal angle want to deal with you, they are able to talk and they are able to read your mind. They talk to you. And when you think of something, they act exactly. Even now it happens. I think of something, they act immediately against what you are thinking of. You want to do something like you want to record this, they switch off the lights, they put everything, motorbikes start moving up and down. You had only written it on paper, or you are thinking of putting it up. You are setting up the stage. They already have everything. So these are things that are there. Tell somebody you are going insane. But these are realities in our everyday living. So we have to accept some things, that there are some things within the environment we don't understand, we can't see, but they are there and they act. We can deny them, but denying will not exonerate you from undergoing those processes when they begin. So I'm putting this out as a person who has experienced, to those who think those things are not there, to learn that these possibilities are there, they happen. They may be happening to people, so that when you get anybody who is telling you of strange things. Don't take him as being a mad person first. Listen to him. I was glad when I talked to somebody and the person had had somebody also in the family who had undergone the same problems, occultic. Then he told me, I understand, but don't keep quiet about it. If it's the people who go for ritual murders, don't keep, you will be threatened, you will be given, but don't keep quiet about it. Because his, was it brother? Yeah, his brother underwent the same thing. And they thought he was mad. Only later to realize that, yes, such occultic things occur. So this is information to everybody. Grasp that, get that. We shall be going next to necromancy, the rituals. That's my take for now.